What's going on, guys? Mitch here, and today we're taking a look at this gorgeous Sram Red E1. I guess you'd call it shifter hood, or shifter and hood, whatever you want to call it. Shifter set, shifter and brake lever. So I have both here, but I'm just going to show you the one because it's just a little bit, well, irrelevant on kind of what we're working with here more than anything. So I'm just going to show it to you. We're not going to do any install. We're not talking about first impressions. That will come soon enough. As you guys know, I am building up a winter project bike and kind of just going through some of the parts. So as part of that, we've gone through a lot of the Sram Red E1 drivetrain already, and kind of wanted to talk about this one specifically and kind of how it relates to some of the new features that they've changed, and whether or not, I'm excited to ride on it or not. So, which is a clear, obvious answer. It's going to be pretty casual and laid back, so don't get too worried about some of the details. We will do another video installing each of these on the bike. So I guess let's kick it off, get started, and kind of go from there. So changes to the group set itself. So this is the, I believe, feels like the right. It's a longer cable, so it's your back shifter, okay? So first and foremost, obviously you've got this nice full lever carbon blade. It's kind of blacked out. Looks pretty sharp. SRAM red. Looks good. I had the D1 version and really liked it. I've ridden now, just in case you haven't watched the vlog or know anything about who Mitch on Two Wheels is, which is me. I've had the Rival, three versions of Force now, red D1. I have ridden I did a season on the dura-ace 12-speed, as well as previous Ultegra, and now I'm going to be going back to SRAM Red. After actually last year on my Cervelo S5, I rode the 2024 SRAM Force all year. So lots of experience on SRAM, really like it. And for me, as you guys know, current dura-ace 12-speed is kind of the gold standard for a lot of reasons. And now SRAM's kind of changing the game, I think. This new group set's lighter. It's, I think I saw the numbers on it. It's a true one-finger brake. Yeah, it's in there. It's a true one-finger brake as it relates to braking up top here, right? I believe the forced brake now is cut down to, I thought I heard somewhere it was like 88% less force on one finger. So they actually say it kind of feels like a empty hydraulic system. So as if you didn't bleed it and you just don't have any fluid in it, which I think is .4 or 5.1. And they say now it's just effortless. So I'm excited to see what that's all about. I can tell the ergos feel real nice, obviously, on that regard. They definitely feel a little thinned up as well in the hood, and I can tell right away it's longer as well, lengthwise. I don't know if this is just the actual rubber boot or if this is a thing or not. I don't know the specs. It looks longer, so it's quite comfortable as well. And now we have the addition of these buttons up top here. You just saw it kind of probably make a green light. There you go. So for me, you've got some different features here that dura-ace doesn't have. And previous gens of SRAM Force AXS, etc., or Red AXS, they just don't have it. So I like, first and foremost, the one-finger braking, the effortless. That's going to be pretty cool. You can pair these E1 hoods and brake levers to your D1 versions of AXS, just so you guys know. I did some research on that, and it's not a problem. So they say this is the biggest upgrade of the entire group set, other than, I guess, the front derailleur, which is apparently now much improved, more Shimano dura-ace feeling, which is awesome. You still have the same comfort of the shifts themselves. Pretty effortless, right? And then that extra button on the hood. To start, I'll probably pair this, I'll have both of them, right? But, it's always nice to be able to shift from that button. It just gives you options. You can also navigate your computer. You can pair it up with a Hammerhead Karoo 3 and navigate your computer while you're riding, which is also super cool. For me, I've heard and read that most people just end up pairing it as another shifter. That's probably the direction I'll go to start and see if I'm going to use it. If I'm not using it, then I'll just pair it to kind of computer functions for training rides and whatnot. What else do I notice here that's a little different? So longer, I think, the effortless one finger braking. And then to me that paddle also might look a little bit longer and a lot more textured, I must add. Hopefully you can kind of see that on camera. Quite a bit more texture to it. Quite nice. And SRAM's really made good quality stuff over the years. I've never had any problems with it. Let's take a look under the hood here. Don't know what we're really looking at. Do not remove. There you go. Cool. Pretty simple. What else? I'm not going to pull this back. I recall hearing somewhere that kind of how they did this ergonomically, they kind of thinned it down up here in the front, had a lot to do with where the position of the actual master cylinder of the brake lever was, and they moved it. So before, I think it was down, was it down here or was it up here? I can't remember, but anyway, they moved it. So now it's more of a just smoother feel. Real nice. If we look down at the brake itself, I guess we should probably talk about that. Quite a bit more material has been removed from this, as you can kind of tell, than in years past. It's still a two-piece design, as you can kind of see the crack down the middle. I shouldn't use that word, crack. It's not a good word to use in the bike world. But the caliper is split down the middle. Two-piece, they say it's stiffer and lighter than in years past, and I believe they moved the pistons outward as well and repositioned them on the pad to make it more usable and provide higher increased braking power. So that's all, great on paper. We'll see what it's actually like in the real world. I really liked the feel of the Shimano dura-ace brakes. I also have really liked the Sram AXS brakes. So I'm never going to complain about more power, and if they truly do have more power, it also gives you options to, if you want, even run smaller rotors, right? Save some weight there. As you can see, they've actually hollowed out both sides of these as well. So a lot of materials kind of removed to save some weight. But the main thing that they're advertising or claiming to tell people to advertise, I guess, is improved power, improved stiffness, redesigned master cylinders. You still have the top-loading brake pads, but in the road world, you really go through a lot of brake pads. I know I personally don't. I don't live in the mountains, and I don't ride 20, 30 kilometers downhill on my brakes a day. So, if you do, they're super easy. If you've ever had to change them, you just pull this cotter pin, undo this, pull that back, and the pads will literally, effortlessly come out of there, and you pop it in the reverse order, and off you go. It looks like that bleed screw would be here. What do we got? Okay, it still looks like to be a 4mm bleed screw in there, which is, I think, what it was. Yeah. I don't know if that little rubber thing's going to ever fit in there again the same, but that's fine. And then they all come with these kind of pad splitter, whatever you want to call them, but they're actually really, really practical. Don't lose those. A lot of people throw them out, but they actually clip in underneath this pad, and they're great for transporting. People always lose them, but seriously, get them. Keep them. And then as we can see, still have the standard, I think that was an 8mm or 7mm, I can't recall when I had to bleed them, but pretty simple to work on as well. So all in all, they're saying this is the biggest upgrade of the entire drivetrain. And I put an asterisk in that because we all know the front derailleur was the problem in dropping chains, and now apparently it's much easier to kind of to shift under load and whatnot. And apparently everyone says it's just like dura-ace. I don't know if it's as fast, but everyone says it's really, really good. So that begs to be seen. But from initial impressions of just sitting here with this off my bike, not attached to a bar, which, guys, means nothing. At the end of the day, it means nothing. It feels good. So I'm excited to get this mounted. I am going to put it on an NV Aero bar, which I used on my Tarmac SL7. If you remember that bar, I'm actually getting the same bar. I really, really like that bar. And so we're going to, at some point here, get these installed on that. And we should be off to the races. more to come on the bike. I am picking that up hopefully in the next coming couple days from my friend in Calgary at the bike shop, and we're going to start building this guy up. So really excited, lots to come. Can't believe I'm already 10 minutes in, and did not expect to go there, but I guess the main takeaways, if you have gone this far. So 2-piece design, stiffer caliber, higher braking power, lighter weight, effortless design on one-finger braking, and redefined or re-improved shifter paddle, and the addition of the extra bumper at the top of the hoods for just, you know, programmability. It's going to be more interesting to see what you're going to be able to do with this down the road, I think, than today. But for now, you've got an additional button to play with, and then the, you know, ergonomically improved shifter itself is kind of whatever. You know, I didn't have a problem with the old system. I have obviously ridden the new Rival, the new Force. They're kind of going towards that pinched front end with the longer length of it. So I don't really have a problem with it. So I'm excited to try it out, get it mounted up, customize it, and go through all the adjustments and get everything going. That's always been my happy place, is playing with this stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I don't normally put up videos of me unboxing and just talking like this for too long, but if that's something you guys want to see more of, obviously I'm more willing to do what you guys want to see. And I could talk all day long. So have yourself a fantastic rest of your week. Happy New Year's. And we will talk soon, guys. Peace.